This is a bit of a new setup, more vloggy style, I guess. I've been fiddling around for like the last half an hour trying to get comfortable. So you can see this is my background, and what I typically do for my videos is I actually stand up like on my bed so that you can see like a whole background of my artwork, but honestly today I cannot be bothered. I am being a lazy hoe and sitting down in my pajamas, sweatpants and all. Yeah, hello. It's a little bit strange talking into a camera again. It's been a while since I did the whole Zodiac series thing. I thought I would just update anyone who was wondering why I just let this Zodiac series go and talk a little bit why I can't ever finish a project. When I first started Serene Illustrations, I spent countless hours on it. I never felt like the work actually felt like work because it was something new, something exciting. But over time, I felt like the newness just dissipated. I mean, that's something that is a very common thing for a lot of people. Once they start getting into a project, it becomes less motivating to actually continue it when you get to the messy portion of it, when things become a little bit more routine. During that time frame where I actually felt like I was reaching that stagnant point, that's when I started this series, and I thought that making videos and posting it on YouTube and trying to give out some art/life advice would get me a little bit more inspired. And it did. It really did in the beginning. But anybody who was kind of following me on my Zodiac series, they would know that I fell off the wagon for like 6 months. I kind of abandoned the project. So when I abandoned the project, I thought, you know, maybe I need to do something different. Maybe I need to try to stimulate my thought process again and maybe start a different project. So I started this new project called Finished Not Perfect. I jumped onto that idea, which excited me for a good 1 month or so. And then I fell off the wagon on that. To this day, I still have not finished that project. Yeah, so as you can see, a trend. So somewhere along those lines, I saw a new opportunity in doing a photography project. And I was planning for it, and surprise, surprise, I didn't even get that off the ground. The worst part is that in the back of my head, I already knew that I needed to get my shit together. I kept telling myself, you know, you need to focus, you need to have some grit. Do what all the go-getters out there are telling you to do. One would think that I would actually do that. Instead of taking on my clusterfuck of a to-do list, what I did instead was start planning for other shit that was completely unnecessary. I started compulsively planning for things that weren't art related at all. I've come to realize that I just really enjoy planning. What this basically means is that I resort to taking on new projects as a distraction for all these things that my mind has suddenly categorized as work. So the Zodiac series is now work. The Finished Not Perfect project is now considered work. Then it just becomes this rolling ball of responsibility that I never want to touch. I was addicted to feeling productive. Eventually I started getting really overwhelmed by all the projects that I was constantly planning for and never actually finished. So I've been trying to work out why I can't finish something that I start. It is a problem. I really want to fix it. So there are actually studies that say that when you feel more productive, it actually releases dopamine. So dopamine is this chemical in your brain that actually makes you happy. It literally makes your brain happy when you are feeling like you're accomplishing something. So feeling productive made me really happy, and I was addicted to that happy feeling. Although it was feeding me temporary satisfaction, it wasn't actually accomplishing anything in the long term, because although I'm feeling productive, nothing is actually getting done. So what I have learned in my time away is that it is not enough to be disciplined and productive. It's about being strategic with your focus. It's really easy to get distracted by a shiny new project but it's just really important to know what your end goal is and make sure the current things that you're working on actually contribute to that end goal. So how I tried to organize myself was doing a complete brain dump. I started writing down all the goals that I wanted to accomplish and crossing off all those projects that weren't going to help me satisfy that long-term goal. I know that sounds really simple and it's kind of stupid for me to even say right now, because you're probably thinking, Serene, why didn't you do that from the beginning? Yeah, I really should have. I really should have done that from the beginning. But something that I've realized is that I also just keep coming up with new ideas every time I feel the urge to distract myself from what I'm currently doing now. And I've realized that instead of trying to ignore that idea or even just like latching on to that idea right away, what I should be doing is just writing it down and parking that idea. Maybe going back to that idea, only pursuing it once I actually complete whatever project I need to do at the current time. In the future, if I start to lose interest in that idea, then I can just cross it off. Or if it's something that I constantly think about again, then that is something that I know is worth pursuing. I definitely feel a lot more organized now. In terms of the Zodiac series, I wasn't really sure if it was contributing to my long-term goals as an artist for Serene illustrations, but I think it's a really good way to challenge myself. It's a really good way for me to learn how to speak more comfortably while trying to articulate all the thoughts that I have in my head in a very digestible manner. So yes, here I am back again. I am done parking this project and I am committed to finishing this project. For anybody who's still watching this or has kind of been waiting for this video, thank you. Thank you for sticking around. Hopefully you can watch me not fuck up. Yeah, I don't know. Bye. She just doesn't see.